Hey guys, welcome back to workout time. So we're gonna get warmed up, we're gonna loosen up. This will be a great video to watch and do before you do one of our other videos, maybe on a curriculum or another exercise one. But we're gonna get the legs stretched out, get the body ready to go. Feel free to follow along. Remember to stretch within your abilities. Don't pull anything and stop yourself from doing the rest of your activities. So we're gonna start with jumping jacks. Just hands up, and we're just moving. And really what we're trying to do is get the blood flowing, get the synovial fluids moving, right? Get a little technical. Just trying to get that body warmed up, more susceptible to kind of moving. In case now we're gonna stop, we're just going knee up. So you can just bring your knee up on the outside of your body, come on, tapping your hand. Just knee up, just picking them up. Stretch those hips out a little bit. Oh yeah, get them loose. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna reach down. So we're gonna just keep our legs as straight as we can. We're gonna keep our chin up and just try to dangle our hands towards the floor. Stretching out the back of those legs. If you can touch the ground, touch the ground. If you can get your palms down, back of your hands. You can reach back, grab your ankles and pull. If you're just trying to stretch out those legs, this time reach up, grab your own hand, reach behind you, arch back. Just step back a little bit. Oh, one more time down. Just keep your chin up. Let your body just kind of float down to the ground. Remember, you can adjust your feet farther out, closer in. Feel where you need to for that stretch. If you want, you can pull yourself into that stretch. One more time, reaching up, grab your wrist, arch back, don't fall backwards. Oh man, that's good. Stretch that neck out, put your hand over your head, pull down in your head. Take your other hand, try and push down. So push down to the floor. Oh, other way, grab your head, try to push down to the mat. Stretch the arm out a little bit, grab your arm, put it straight out, come underneath it, and pull that wrist all the way across your body. Another one, put it out, reach underneath, pull it all the way across your body, stretch that shoulder out. All right, let's get a seat. Let's get our legs stretching. So the first we're gonna do is we're gonna put our left foot out. For you, this is probably your right foot if you're doing mirror image. Other foot on the inside, and we put our knee on the floor. And we want to get our back nice and straight. So trying to arch our back. I'm trying to pull my toes way back so my heel can lift off the ground potentially. I lift my chin as high as I can, and I move it forward, keeping it high. If you can only make it this far, that's fine. Try not to curve your back and pull your chin down to your belt, right? Keep your chin up and start to lean into that stretch. If you can get your toes, start to do that. If you can't, you can grab your leg and start to pull. You can put your hands behind you and push. There's a couple ways of getting down. If you can start to get your toes, then maybe work on getting the opposite hand to your toes. You can get both. You can start to reach over your foot and see how far down you can go, maybe to your heel and whatnot. And just keep stretching, keeping that chin up. We're gonna switch, other foot out, other foot back. Same job, trying to get those toes, but with that back arch, not chin in and curl. Lifting that chin up, I'm rotating my hips, trying to get nice and low. If I can, I might just grab onto my leg and just pull myself down until I meet my leg. Or I can reach over, go for opposite hand. I can be pushed behind lots of ways. Just trying to hold that stretch for a while. Get the back of that leg nice and loosened up. All right, next we're gonna go both legs out. So we're gonna put both legs out. Our toes are together, heels together, right? Now, start to kind of rock back and forth. You're trying to walk your seat backwards, so you're really stretching out those legs. Your heels are stuck on the ground. Kind of walk your seat back, really stretch. And then arch your back, lift your chin as high as you can. Move your chin forward while pulling back on your toes. Don't point your toes. Make sure you pull them back. So you're lifting your chin, going. If you can get your toes, you can grab on. Remember, start to walk over the top of your feet. You can grab onto your legs, try and pull yourself down, but the whole time I want you looking up at me. Keeping that chin up nice and high. And we're just stretching, trying to get those legs. You can kind of move a little bit left and right, trying to adjust, right? You can walk your seat back a little bit to try and get that stretch in there. But we're getting both those legs nice and stretched out. Remember, if you can't get your feet, that's perfectly fine, right? We'll just keep working on it. Watch the video maybe 100 more times or such, and we'll get there. We can also just grab our legs. We just reach underneath and pull ourselves down. So next stretch is our straddle stretch. So we're gonna go legs apart, toes up. So we're having our toes back, our legs super straight, our chin is up. Put your hands down just right between your legs and just start to like walk your fingers out. And then see if you can keep your back straight and your chin up. And just keep walking out until, well, maybe it's not comfortable, right? Not a pain uncomfortable, right? That's not good. But until it's uncomfortable, like you can feel your body stretching, so you just walk your fingers out, just keep going, trying to keep your chin up. You'll feel the difference. If you take a second and curl your chin in, you'll feel like you're not getting the same stretch, or if you point your toes, you can feel how it changes. For what we're trying to do for the kicking and stuff we're gonna do, we're gonna want our toes back. And remember, you just put your hands out. If you get there for a little bit, you get stuck, just wait there. Lean into that stretch, and if you're pretty far out there, start to drop your elbows to the floor. So you can walk your hands out, drop your elbows, walk your hands out, drop your elbows. So we can start to get down pretty good eventually. So now we're gonna come back to the inside hand, stay in the middle, we start to lean to the side. From here, you can take your hand and push on your opposite leg. But again, I'm gonna try and keep my chin up, so I really stretch out that leg I'm leaning towards. You can grab onto your foot, but I don't want you to start to fall behind yourself. So if you grab on the inside and pull down. Then the other way, sort of leaning, and push on the opposite leg to push myself into the stretch, trying to keep my chin up, not trying to curve my spine a whole lot. If I'm gonna grab, I wanna grab on the inside and pull. I'm trying not to have you take this arm and fall backwards behind you. Okay, we come up. Now your hips, hopefully, they're a little bit more relaxed. We're gonna do the middle stretch one more time. So we just put our hands down on the mat or the ground in some way. Try and slide our foot out. So we essentially lift our seat up and slide our foot out. And now we're gonna have our back straight again. We just do this, just walk them out. All right, and then when you get out there pretty far and you can't walk your fingers out anymore, maybe I'm stuck, then I start to work on dropping my elbows and rotating my hips. Now, if I sit there for a little bit, right, we're gonna pretend this is fast forward. Now I'm more flexible, I walk out again. Then I drop my elbows, then I walk out again, then I drop my elbows, right? Obviously, I've done this video a few times, so my flexibility is a little bit higher at this point. From here, start to just kind of leave your hands where they are. Start to move a little bit left, a little bit right. Start to feel those hips stretching, feel the bottom of those legs getting looser. So now we're gonna go into our straddle position. So walk yourself up, put your hands behind, slide back a little bit, loosen up your legs, grab underneath your knees, pull your feet up, feet together. So you kind of look like a butterfly, but no flying away, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab onto our shins. We're just taking a cup motion on our shins, taking our elbows and pushing down. So our forearms and elbows are pushing down on our knees, right? If you're feeling a lot of pain, don't go so far, right? If you're feeling no pain, then just squash them all the way down to the ground, but you're just trying to stretch your legs. And again, I don't want you curled over where you're trying to touch your chin to your belt. I want your chin up and forward. If it's getting pretty easy, start to then try and touch your belly button to your heels. Would be a good mentality. So you're keeping that spine straight and you're stretching. We're gonna build hip flexibility. We're just leaning in, thinking about all those cool high kicks we can throw when we're flexible. So much fun to put your foot in someone's face. Motivates me to stretch all the time. Okay, and the thing of the cool photo is you get when you kick people in the face too. All right, so now we're gonna take our legs, we're gonna extend them out. Now we're gonna try to get to the outside of our hips. So we take one of our feet and pull it in. Let's go right past our knees. Here's my knee, my ankle's right past it. My hands back behind. I slide my foot up and then I walk myself into my stretch. So what I'm doing is leaning up. Now, if you're feeling it, if you're sitting back and you're feeling the stretch and this is enough for you, then maybe that's where you want to be, or maybe you're sitting like this with your foot out a little bit farther, right? For the super flexible people, you get up here and just kind of fold in half like we're gonna stick you in a suitcase. In yoga, I've seen other variations where you can reach through and grab your knee, and if it's more comfortable just to lay on your back, you can go here. Other variations is you can straighten your leg, grab on your ankle, try and pull your toes to the floor and stretch out your hips. So it's all going to depend on your flexibility level, which one you're doing. Okay, let's flip to the other side. So both legs out, our opposite foot comes up above our knee, so my knee and my ankle. Hands go back, slide up. Pretty flexible. I still kind of enjoy this one. It's kind of lazy, it's easy. You don't have to really work that hard. But I feel a nice stretch on outside my hip. You can rotate a little bit left and right to really kind of see where you can find like maybe a problem spot. You want to stretch it out a little bit. Oh, that feels good. Next, we're going to get into our back, and then we're actually going to get back into the side of our leg, or IT band in the back also. So we're going to do a twisting one. So we're going to put both feet out. We're going to take one leg. So if you're looking at me in mirror image right now, this is going to be your left leg. It's my right, but it'd be your left. Okay, so you bend your leg, you step it over the top, and then try and cinch it in nice and tight. Now, this might be enough stretch for you right now to stretch out your hip, right? What you can do is take your other hand, so your right hand, my left, put your elbow around your knee, take your opposite hand, your left, grab your elbow, and just sit upright. And you might feel that enough in the side of your hip. If we're sitting here and we're like, no, I'm pretty good, then we're gonna add the twist. As long as we can get our body around, put my hand behind me. Now you're gonna take your right hand, it goes over your left knee, and you can kind of push and twist. So we're looking back behind us, trying to stretch that back out a little bit. You'll feel a little bit in your hip, feel in your lower back. I kind of need one of these every single day when I first wake up. When I come back, let's swap to the other side. This leg goes out, then your right, step over with your right. Your left hand comes up, comes in, using your elbow to grab, reach around, grab your elbow, and just sit upright, arch, like we were doing earlier. You can sit here for a little bit, theoretically, if you wanted to. Pause the video, just sit in this stretch, let that hip stretch a little bit. But we're gonna get into a twist. So I reach back, move my elbow over my leg, and I twist around, looking behind me. Feels good. All right, so now we come back. Now we're gonna go on our back. So we lay on our back. We're gonna bring one knee up, and I'm gonna grab it with my opposite hand. So let's go maybe your left leg, and grab it with your right hand. You're gonna pull it across your body, all the way to the floor, but don't, so my body's rotating up, I don't want my body to rotate up with it. I'm gonna try to keep my body flat, and I'm gonna try to pull my knee. So I'm gonna keep this hand palm down on the mat or the ground, I'm gonna pull. So if I can't make it very far, I'm just gonna stop. This is another way of stretching that back out. You're also gonna feel the outside of your legs sometimes stretching. And then I wanna look, when I'm doing this, I'm gonna try to look towards the hand that's extended. And then I come back up, I switch to my other one. Pull it up into my body, extend my hand out, palm down. I wanna look at that hand on the floor, and I pull my knee down to the ground. You might have one side's a little bit tighter, and you might just stay up here. You might not go very far. You can put a little resistance where you're trying to pull your knee, and this hand's kind of fighting it. You'll feel the outside of that leg stretch, right? Not too much stress, but you want to kind of maybe pull. So maybe if the side's less flexible, you sit like this and you just pull against your hand and feel the leg stretch, and leave your back alone. Okay? And back, I'm going to change angles so you can see the neck stretch. We're going to touch our toes behind our head. So I can put my hands on the floor and push. I can put them on my back and pull. I guess for the flexibility, we do a lot of weird things with your hands if you really want to. But I'm going to kick my feet up or over so you can kind of help by pulling your feet over and trying to touch your toes to the floor. You're going to feel your neck stretch, your back stretch. If that's too much, put your hands on your back and try to just get upright and stretch that neck out that way. Or you can start to kind of go intermediate. You can go 1 foot down, 1 foot up. And then you can alternate halfway through. For the more advanced people, if your toes touch pretty easy, try to touch your knee. So you can try having those knees down. Okay, back down. Next, we're gonna do one more good stretch here. We're gonna roll onto our bellies, face this way, and we're gonna put our hands on the side of our body, and we're gonna arch. So we're gonna look up, arch backwards. Go ahead and just leave your legs down. We don't need to get up on our toes and lift our legs off the ground. Just trying to stretch that back. We don't need any more stress on it. Just stretching up, looking up behind us. We actually have some bright lights up there, so if you have those lights, avoid those. It's fun to stare at them. Now just lift your body up like this. Walk your knees up. And there you go. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better, a little bit more stretched out. Obviously there's more things we could do, but this kind of gives you a nice little jump start to whatever you're about to do. Either go on a walk, go have fun, go to sleep, do some martial arts drills through videos. Have a good day. That's Mr. Anderson and Master Thorne. Hopefully you enjoyed our stretch.